Hi, my name is Nirvana. I'm a feminist writer, artist, and activist, and also the founder of the F Project Nepal, which is a feminist writers and artists collective. So what does feminism mean to me? I like to stick with dictionary definition, which can be found on Google, which is for women to have equal social, political, and economic rights to men. I like to come back to this again and again because I think to keep it really simple at its core makes it really accessible for people who might be a bit afraid of the F word to engage with it and understand that it is really just simply about women's human rights. How it all started for me was I was raised by a very strong woman, my mother. My mother worked with victims of domestic violence since I was quite young, since I was 10 or 11 years old. Ani, I remember her coming home and telling me these stories of these horrific things that women had gone through and how much they said to her that she had made an impact on them. And that was so beautiful for me to hear at a really young age. And it definitely influenced me to study social work in university when I got older and want to help women in different ways. So I came to feminism in this way, and I studied public health and social work in university, and what I always wanted to do was to empower women, and that was always the language I used. Ani, it was recently that I kind of made this connection that women's empowerment and feminism is the exact same thing. And yet so many people see it as very distinct because feminism is a very political word and something that people still feel the need to shy away from. It's stigmatized. There's still a lot of misconceptions and stereotypes around it. And I think it's really important for us to bridge this gap. So in the last 2 years, I think I've really embraced this digital activism space. And I first started writing online for, I guess, personal reasons. It was very much about vulnerable, emotional writing. On this Bistare, it started building more into social writing I was doing and writing about things like arranged marriage and sex and how it's so taboo in Nepal to talk about this, and masturbation for women. And Bistare like that, my writing got more and more political and my activism got more and more deeper, I guess. And that's been really amazing for me for a number of reasons. One, I feel like there's very much a need for this, especially for young Nepali women to claim their rightful space on the internet and at the center of the feminist movement, but also other environmental and political movements. And we have every right, we deserve to be heard. And we are intelligent, we are capable, and I think we really need to trust that and to share that. The other thing is that I've had so many women resonate with what I write and what I do. Along with my writing, I also tend to share very maybe taboo photos which do explore the female body and explore sexuality and nudity. So Tiupani was, I guess, kind of a big deal. But it's been really empowering for me, and I think for a lot of other women to see that, there is not just this one standard of conventional beauty, that nudity does not have to be sexual, and that we can embrace our bodies for ourselves, not for anyone else, and not for the male gaze. I find this term, imperfect feminist, very relevant to me, and I think all of us should accept that we have a lot of room for growth and learning. I think one of the most dangerous things in these leftist progressive movements that we find is this intolerance for space to make mistakes, and to admit that I don't know all the things, I don't have all the right terminologies, but I want to learn, and that we need to be okay with that and supportive of other people rather than judgmental and shutting them down. And feminism is just something that's so all-encompassing, and it goes deeper and deeper the more I explore it. What it means for me personally, all the unlearning I have yet to do, of internalized misogyny. There might be a lot of things I've already identified, but there are other things that are so deeply rooted or so conditioned into me that I'm still finding different manifestations of. My feminist dream is definitely to have a women-only island country. I've thought extensively about this. Yeah, I just think it'd be beautiful and peaceful and incredible.